What's up, guys? And thanks for coming back to Bronco Adventures. And on today's episode, we've got a treat for you. We're going to be installing some Oracle lights on the grill of our 22 Ford Bronco. It's going to be pretty cool. So, sit back, make yourself a plate, grab a cold one, and let's get to this install. Come on. That's right, guys, we get to install some Oracle grill lights on our Bronco. Oracle has been producing lights for quite a while. Whole aftermarket side of the world, lights, cool things, pizzazz, all that good stuff. Oracle got your back. So let's take a look and see what we've done. You know how we do. We can't just, keep it simple. We got to change it up a little bit. So let's talk about what we've got going on our Bronco. So now it will be official that our Bronco, the Blanco Bronco, is labeled as such. Now, we could have took and put Bronco back in there, but Ford already did that. That's cool, but this is the Blanco Bronco we're talking about. So now, Blanco Bronco. These lights, super easy to install. Literally, it's just some sticky tape. You take the wire, there's a little hole we've got to drill to get the old letter off the grill. This wire just pops right through there. And then literally, the wires just piggyback from letter to letter. Now, there's many ways to wire this and kind of up to you. We're going to hook it up to where these come on with our runner lights all the time. That way, if the running lights are on, these are on. I don't know, might burn them up. I don't know, let's put them to the test. But you could wire them up off your auxiliary switches if you have them. You could wire them up off their own individual switch. So the wiring's totally up to you, but as far as the install goes to the grill, it's about all the same. So let's take this grill off and let's get this process going. So excited, it's about time. Cool stuff, lights and everything. So just to make it easy, we're gonna remove our fender flares to start taking out our grill. The reason we're going to take the fender flares off is when we pull this lower piece, it does come up into the corner here. So get the fender flare out of the way, you just don't have to worry about it. And don't forget about the passenger side, you should just do it at the same time. So now that you've got your fender flares taken off, all you got to do, just grab onto the lower piece here, and it's just clipped into place. Just be gentle, and as it pops out of there, there's now just clips that go along the rest of the way under the grill. Firmly but gently pull on it. Just like that, it comes off. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. I'm sorry, but Ford drilling holes in here to mount the license plate right in front of the grill, it's just no good. Holes in here bothered me. But my dealership was awesome enough to send us a brand new one because I complained about it. So, we have another one on the shelf. So if anybody's looking for a Blanco one with holes in it, let us know. I'll make a good deal because it's going to be collecting dust. Anyway, let's keep taking this grill out. So now, the next thing you're going to want to do is get yourself a panel tool. I finally got one. Remember the other video when I needed one and I didn't have, I got one now. So, across the top of the grill, this little plastic piece that's covering all this, we got to take it out because there's a few little bolts we need access down in here. So, I believe there's 8 or 10 or something like that of these clips. Just get them out of the way and get this whole thing off of the Bronco. Now that you got them clips out of the way, sneak this guy out of there. We washed the Bronco, it's still wet. if you got a Bronco equipped with the front camera, you got to disconnect the wiring and the sprayer to the camera. So this little brown clip right here is our camera cable, and then this little black line right below it is the spray juice for the camera. Yeah, if you didn't know, when you spray your windshield, it sprays the camera and cleans it. Cool. So disconnect those. Then across the top of the grill, you've got 4 10mm bolts. Just right here, 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 and there. So get your good wrench, take those out. Now that you've got those 4 removed, switch over to an 8mm, and right down below the headlight, there is another bolt to take out on each side. Now that you've got those removed, gently but firmly start pulling out on the grill. It's clipped in there. You just don't want to break any of them. Sounds awful, like pulling teeth. And just like that, you got a Bronco grill. You know, we should put on a chain, you know, and wear it around, something cool, you know. Anything, you know. So now, let's go to the bench and start putting these Oracle lights on. Come on. It just occurred to me, the red, white, and blue letters will be no more on the Blanco Bronco. But, because these were given to us by such good friends, I'll tell you what, as soon as we hit 800 subscribers, I'll give a set away. So, smash that subscribe button. You might have a chance of winning some American flag Bronco letters. That'd be awesome. Anyway, let's get to removing these letters. It's fairly simple, but there is a little bit of process that we've got to do. Each letter is just held on with a basically melted plastic rivet. There's a few in each letter, but we've got to get this little bracket out of the way that's going to our camera. So there's just a Torx bit. There's 3 of them. So we'll get those out of there. Now that we can just rotate that out of our way. Let the drill hold it. Now, all we've got to do, so on the back side of each of these, we'll just take a drill bit and basically drill out that melted piece. Just careful, you know, don't go too far. Don't go cramming bigger holes in here than necessary. So, take your time. All right, if you've done it right and you've succeeded, you basically just now, oh, we still have an O. Maybe. All but one, you know. It's always something. Oh, got it. Just like that. Now, your Broncos, you know, who knows? But it's going to be a Blanco here shortly. So now all you're going to want to do is take off the sticky. Take your wires, and they've lined it up to where it will go through the factory hole that was there. Pull them on through. Make sure you got a good dry surface. You want to make sure these things stick. Get it lined up. And then just give a, you know, it's stuck. See, just like that. Now we just do the rest. This is pretty cool. Where'd the L go? There it is. Blanco Bronco. It's gonna be sweet. Okay, we're having a debate. You know, we got Blanco. But which way does the O go? Does the O go like this? Or does the O go like that? I don't know which way the O go. I'm going to put my money that the O go like that. And that's the way we're going to do it. So if my O is upside down, shh, don't tell anybody. Let's put the O on. And there it is. It's just that simple to make the Bronco go to Blanco just like that. I hope my O isn't on upside down. It's fine if it is. So now that we've got this in here, a couple things I want to talk to you about. You can get these letters, you know, A through Z, 1 by 1, 2 by 2, whatever you need on Oracle's website. We'll link them in the, you know, thing below. You can get the letters in black or white. Also, where these light up isn't the whole letter, it's behind the letter. We'll show you that when we actually get power to them. But you can pick 2 colors. You can get either white light or amber light. Stick around and find out which one we did. For now, we're going to flip this over and we're going to get the camera remounted to the grill, and then we'll start wiring. Let's get it done. So now that we've got the camera mounted back on, here's where you got to decide how are you going to wire it in. If you're going to be going to your auxiliary switch, you're going to want to group your wires to where when they all come together, they'll come up in the center because that's where the auxiliary wire is. In our case, we're going to actually be removing a headlight and tapping into the runner light, so that way when these come on, they just come on automatically with the Bronco. Turn on and off, like, you know, it'll be cool. That's what I'm thinking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually run my wires towards the passenger side because I think that's going to be the easiest place to pull my power and to get a ground. That's all you need. 12 volt power, ground. I mean, it's easy enough. Here's where it can get tricky though, because if you cut the wires too short, now you're in a predicament. Plus, if you're like me, you've got to take and make sure you hide these guys to where you just don't see any wiring. So I'm going to try to do that. We'll see how good that turns out. I'll show you along the way. You know, fly by the seat of our pants. That's what they say. Okay guys, so things are happening. So what I've done is I've taken some black electrical tape and put over the wire. So that way from the front of the grill, when you look through, you don't see the wire right here. Then all I've done is I took some actual duct tape, you know, like, you know, not the gray duck tape, but duct, like, you know, HVAC tape. Anyway, it's really sticky. And being on the backside, you'll never see this. So literally just ran the wire here, jumped up another wire, same thing, put it in black so that way you don't see it. Came up, and then I ran 3 wires into the butt connectors and put some heat shrink on them. I did take the camera back off just so I could have some room to work. But now that connection is done, I'm going to put the camera back, and then we're going to do the same thing with the next 3 letters and keep working our wiring this way. Literally red to red, black to black. And I ran out of black wire, so all my wires are red, so don't try to map it out because, well, I know which wire is what, but maybe you won't. Let's keep going. Alrighty, so there's our next 3 letters. Literally same thing, just started running the wires until we got to a good point where I could cut 3 and red to red, black to black, and now they're both red. So hopefully I remember. I do. I marked it. You know, it's fine. I think is what I'm going to do is because where I'm going to tie in behind the headlight, I want to be able to unclip this if we ever want to take just the grill out. So because there's already the junction for the camera and the washer fluid, I think up here I'm going to make junctions on my wires to where I can plug them and unplug them and have the option to take out just the grill and not have to worry about the wires being hardwired to the Bronco. So I think that's our next step is we'll pull out the headlight and figure out which wire we need. So to remove the rest of the headlight, there's just 2 bolts up top. They're just 2 10mm. I've already removed them. But then there's like a little pin holding into a rubber grommet. So this side will come loose, but then you kind of have to pop this side out And then of course, make sure you unplug it. But that's the pin that's going into that rubber piece, and that's what's holding that tension. Then your plug-in's just on the back of the headlight. So now we got a, shark eye Bronco, just one eye. It's kind of funny. So through precision guesswork and a homemade test light, we determined that the brown with the yellow wire is our runner light. So what we did is we just, did the right thing and cut it, and then just put in a butt connector and spliced in our red wire, ran it up and just poked it out the top here. So that way when the grill goes in, I can have a connection point just right here by these for the power. There again, if I ever need to take just the grill out, now I've got the option to do so. So I think we're at the point where we'll throw the headlight back in, and then I'll put the grill in, see if this thing actually lights up, That'd be cool if it does. So I'm excited. Let's keep going. That looks so cool. This is worth every penny. Took our power and negative wire and just put spade connectors on them. Did them different so I know which one's which. Then got our headlight back installed. Same thing. We got our power wire coming up, different side of the spade. And then we decided to just utilize the ground over here. Just looped our wire over, and then we just have our ground wire there. I will put a piece of loom over these so there's no way they can make contact and, make a fire. That'd be no bueno. So now let's just reinstall the grill. Soft but firm, Just click it in there. And just like that, the grill's reinstalled, other than the 4 bolts. So I'll get those 4 bolts installed, and then we're going to get our new lower valence piece with no holes in it. I'm super excited about that too. Then after you get the 4 top ones, don't forget about your 2 8mm underneath the headlights. Now reconnect your camera line, camera cable, I don't know what it's called, TV cable maybe. And then also reconnect your sprayer hose juice stuff. Just like that. Now it's not dripping everywhere, that's nice. And then we're going to connect our power to the grill, which is this. And then our ground, which is this. And now, if we've wired everything properly, these should just shoot right on as soon as the running lights come on, which the easy way to test it is just to open the door. Oh, and that looks so good. Blanco and amber. You got your amber marker lights. Then also, when the actual headlights are on, usually this one is amber as well. That is such a cool upgrade, and well worth the time to wire everything up. And take your time and make it nice. Do it right the first time. Now, I'm just going to take a little piece of loom. It's yellow. You won't see it. And just cover up these wires so nothing touches them. Then we'll go ahead and reinstall our cover piece here. Make it purdy again. And then the lower valance. Valence? What do you call it? There's a lot of these clips. Takes you a minute. When you got big hands, it's hard to get in there too. So, this lower valance piece, valance, we have had for a while. We got it shortly after we got the Bronco because we wanted not to have the holes drilled in it. So our dealership was awesome enough to send us a new one, paint it up, ready to go. But then I thought to myself, why just slap it on there? Let's make it better. So one thing that we did after we received it is we took and dropped it off and had clear bra installed on it. It's only just a little piece goes across, but Now we've got clear bra, the paint protective film, whatever you want to call it, on the hood, on the fenders, and now protecting this. So it's one of those that hopefully this lasts quite a bit longer. And I'm so excited that there's no more holes. There's the little divots for the holes, but we will never be drilling those out, okay? License plate on the front end, catch me, 5-0, you know, whoop whoop. All right. Am I doing that right? Yep. And back to factory goodness. And there you have it, guys. Oracle lights installed on the Bronco. And now, there's no mistaking when you see us coming down the road who's driving right at you. Let's take a look at those lights lit up again. Check that out. Clean. I love that it's white and then backlit with the amber. That is just sharp. I think that Oracle did a fantastic job making a good product. Go check them out. We'll link them in the description below. And again, guys, let's get to 800 subscribers and we will give away a set of the American flag covers for the Bronco letters. Thanks for watching this episode of Bronco Adventures. For now, get off your couch and go create an adventure. I'll light it up again.
Bronco Adventures.